Dear students, welcome to session 42 of 2nd BA Optional English, prescribed by the Mangalore University. This is Sumana Rajendra, Associate Professor, Department of English, Purna Prajna College, Udupi. Today, I am going to deal with the topic My First Acquaintance with Poets, written by William Hazlitt. Before we go into the essay, let us learn the brief history of the essay as a literary genre. The essay was transplanted into England and was given its form by Bacon. In other words, the credit of bringing the essay as a genre into England goes to Bacon. The regular essay as a literary genre emerged in England after the publication of Bacon's essays. It's because of this reason that Bacon is referred to as the father of the English essay. The essayists of the 17th century were largely influenced by Bacon. Sir Thomas Browne rendered the English essay a new dimension. Later, the early 19th century witnessed the real flowering of the essay. After some time, the periodical literature gave a boost or a stimulation to this genre called essay. Let us have a look into William Hazlitt's early life and personality. Hazlitt was born a few years after Wordsworth, Scott, Coleridge, and Lamb. Hazlitt's early life was brought up in an atmosphere of progressive thought. But strangely enough, he did not share his father's religious enthusiasm. Rather, he had an interest for the intellectual side of religion. Let us have a look at Hazlitt's love for nature. Hazlitt developed a love for nature at a very early age. It is this love for nature that contributed to the development of his faculty for thinking. Further, this love for nature brought him closer to poets like Coleridge and Wordsworth. Now, let us have a look at the autobiographical element in Hazlitt's essays. As an essayist, Hazlitt belongs to the school of Montaigne and Lamb. Hazlitt personally did not prefer the objective type of essay. He had poets like Wordsworth and Coleridge influencing him in this respect. Hazlitt's habit of introducing personal matter into his essays gives a pleasant and intimate flavor to his writing. It makes readers very comfortable when they read his essays. Rather, they develop a bond with Hazlitt. It is as if they themselves are involved in the essay. Such was his personal touch. Now, let us look at Hazlitt's style. Hazlitt's style is one of the glories of English literature. English literature boasts of Hazlitt's style in essays even now. It is a vigorous and very powerful style. Why is it so vigorous? Why is it so powerful? Because Hazlitt could easily combine the advantages of the two styles of the literary and the conversational. His style is concrete, vivid, personal, vigorous, familiar, simple, and unadorned. There is yet another characteristic style of Hazlitt, that is aphorism. Wit, humor, and irony in Hazlitt's essays. What was the place of wit and humor and irony in Hazlitt's essays? Let us have a look. Hazlitt was basically a romantic essayist. His love of nature, his advocacy of the French Revolution, his love of freedom and liberalism display his romantic attitude. We can feel that Hazlitt is both satirical and ironical in his essays. He has the enthusiasm of the poet, the severity of the prose writers, and the application of the man of business. When we talk about Hazlitt, we have to pay attention to his style of familiar style. All his essays are like the conversation of a man. Precision and purity are the main hallmarks of his style. The value of his familiar style lies in its adaptability to ideas. Hazlitt's style is so familiar that anybody could understand and anybody could relate. He totally disliked the pompous style. What was Hazlitt's contribution to the essay as a genre? He developed the personal style in his essays. His views as a literary critic, particularly his views on his contemporaries, and that what he has written on this is of a permanent significance. Even now, it gives food for thought. His writing appeals to no special coterie of the period, but is of permanent value to mankind. The simple reason that we study Hazlitt even at this age is a testimony to this. He can never be out of date and his style can never be stale. Now, my acquaintance with poets as a typical representation of the Romantic age. Hazlitt displays all minute details of the Romantic age in this essay. You find the mention of two representative bards of the age, Wordsworth and Coleridge, in this essay. And that is what makes the essay of a permanent value. We get a complete sketch of a period of life of William Wordsworth and Samuel Coleridge in the essay. Surprisingly, you find Hazlitt drawing a relationship between poetry and prose in this essay. This essay is supposed to be based on the reminiscences of Hazlitt. So much so, you can say that the essay is in the form of a memoir. The essay moves around a particular incident in Hazlitt's life, that is, his first meeting with Coleridge, which had a lasting impression on Hazlitt. This meeting was a life-changing event, and how he responded to this meeting is given in a very detailed manner in the essay. He talks of the successive interactions they had in the process of their acquaintance over a short period of time. Let us learn the impact of this acquaintance. It was not with Coleridge only an acquaintance, but also with Wordsworth. Interestingly, in this essay, we find Hazlitt's meeting with Coleridge and Wordsworth. This acquaintance occurred in the most significant year in the history of English Romanticism, that is, in 1798. Hazlitt at this time was young, anxious, and eager, and he awaited and crossed 10 miles just to listen to Coleridge. Hazlitt was deeply infatuated with Coleridge and later disillusioned as well. I think we can call this a paradox. The meeting with Coleridge can be taken as a journey from appearance to reality. The more he learned about Coleridge, probably the more disillusioned he became. Now, let us come to the questions based on this session. I had earlier mentioned that particular person is called the father of the English essay? Is it William Hazlitt? Is it Francis Bacon? Is it Thomas Brown? Or is it none of these? Let's see what's the answer. It's Francis Bacon. Let us come to the second question. As an essayist, Hazlitt belonged to the school of. What did he belong to? Did he belong to the school of Coleridge? Did he belong to the school of Wordsworth? Did he belong to the school of Montague and Lamb? Or is it none of these? Let's see what's the answer. It's Montague and Lamb. Hazlitt disliked a particular style. Was it the familiar style? Was it the pompous style? Was it the autobiographical style? Or was it something else? Let us see what is the answer. Yes, as I had told you earlier, Hazlitt disliked the pompous style. The essay, My First Acquaintance with Poets, is in the form of a letter, a narrative story, a memoir, or maybe none of these. What is the answer? We have come across this earlier. Well, the answer is it's in the form of a memoir. The essay occurred in the most significant year in the history of English Romanticism. When did it occur? Let's have a look. Whether it is 1798 or 1789 or 1795 or 1786. Well, it occurred in the year 1798. We come to an end of this session 42. Thank you very much.